to my channel. My name is Irene and today I am going to show you how you can make a waterfall, a natural pond and make glowing flowers around the pond. So let's jump right into it. I started with making the pond on the ground. I used the pool tool for that. You can also use the fountain tool, of course, but I think it's more fun when your Sims can actually swim in the pond that you're making. You really want to avoid making square shapes because you want to make it look natural, so you want to make an irregular shape. After that, you want to use the terrain tool to make a slope or a hill behind the water to actually make space to create your waterfall. You can make it as high as you want, as wide as you want, as small as you want. And after that you want to place a pond at the top because the water from the waterfall has actually come from somewhere. And then already the making of the waterfall begins. Before doing that, you want to put in the cheat code move objects. To do that, you want to press in the ctrl-shift-C keys and then a white cheat box appears at the left corner of your screen. In the cheat box, you want to put the next words, bb.moveobjects. Sometimes you have to put on at the end, but in my case, I just have to put in move objects. After that, you can move all the objects over each other. Then you want to use the large spraying water emitters. They can be found in the fountain area in buy mode. And you want to place especially the first one at a very good spot. You want to make it look like the water is just flowing over the edge. And for that you have to raise the emitters. To do that, you have to use the 9 key. With the 9 key you can higher up the items, and with the 0 key you can lower them down. And when you placed the first water emitter at the perfect spot, after that you just want to place a lot and a lot and a lot of them next to each other. Really want to make them into a line, but I avoid the straight line because I think when it's a little bit wobbly the waterfall looks better. And the water wasn't actually reaching the pond at the ground, and that's why I used a lot of rocks, so the water is landing on the rocks. The rocks are actually tables. They are from the outdoor retreat pack. I sized them up. To size items up, you want to use the bracket keys. You can size them up and you can size them down. You can also use the stones from the base game pack. And I placed a lot of stones so the water is flowing over the stones. After that, you want to use the smaller water emitters to make it look like the water is actually flowing into the pond and make it look natural. And the key is just to use a lot of water emitters and to use a lot of stones. So it looks like a very big waterfall. And yeah, that's what I'm doing here. And I think it already looks very good. I changed the color of the pool trim, so the color of the trims of the ponds, into brown, because later on I'm using the terrain paint. I'm using the brown color over here to make the ponds actually look natural, and I think it has such a big effect. It looks so much better immediately. I want to make the green and the brown fade over into each other, and I think it looks so good. And after that you want to place a lot of stones again at the corners to make the straight lines and the corners disappear a little. And you can obviously do that with plants too. I really use that plant a lot, and I'm already at creating the glowing flowers. To do that, it's actually very easy. You want to make an underground room next to the pond. And in that underground room, or the basement actually, you want to place a lot and a lot of lights, so the room is very bright lit. Then you want to place a plant in that room and you want to size the plants up, and you can use the bracket key as I told you. I went with this plant, but you can actually use any plant you like. I think this one with the little small pink flowers and the brown branches looks the best and is actually the fitting for this method, the most fitting. But you can use any plant that you want. And if you size them up and you put it in the room and you size it up when you're in that room, in that basement, the branches are actually sticking out of the ground, as you can see over here. And because you place the plant in that lit, bright lit room, when it's night and the lights are going on, the whole plant is actually lit, and also the part that's above the ground and that's not in the room anymore, because the normal size of the plant was, when you're placing the plant in the normal size, it was totally lit when you placed it in the room. And that's how to create the glowing flowers. I just went with one basement and just 3 plants, I think, but you can of course go all the way with this if you want. You can make it all around the pond, and I think it's especially very fitting if you want to make a fairy tale or a elven-like build or area. And yeah, over here I'm working on a natural pond again. Just place a lot of flowers and a lot of greens at the edges, so the straight lines in the corners are not there anymore. You want to place some things in the ponds as well. I used the greens from the Jungle Adventure, I think they are, but I think they're also ones from the base game. And I used this wooden log I just placed. That's actually an item from a hidden objects menu. To access that, you want to press in Ctrl-Shift-C again to make the cheat box appear. And over there you want to put in bb.showhiddenobjects. When you do that, you get a whole extra of hidden objects, a whole menu. And there was the wood log too. Right now I'm placing steam grates at the ground, and later on I'm changing the color of the ground into brown, so it looks more like mud and dirt. The steam grates make the water a little bit bubbly, and I think it looks more natural, and where you're placing stones over them, they're still working, so they're still okay. And yeah, we're ready already. If you have some more questions or anything else, please let me know. I'm glad to answer them for you. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope to speak to you very, very soon. Have an amazing day and goodbye.